Ahoy there, YouTube. We're back again for our Gencon Bonanza Explosion Blood coverage here live at Gencon 2019. Thanks to all of our amazing Kickstarter backers. Thank you all so much. These spectacular companies right here who donated games to help us run the Kickstarter, including Lucky Duck Games, who we're about to talk to right now. So huge thanks to them. And our big sponsors, Steve Jackson Games, who has the new Deadly Doodles, a new Draw and Draw game. Be sure to click on the link. And Tasty Mistral Games, who sponsors year-round. Right now, we're at the Lucky Duck Games booth. We're about to talk with Mihao about exciting new announcement they have, Time of Legends Destinies. So hey Mihao, what is this?
So this is our brand new announcement. It's a collaboration between us and Mythic Games. From Mythic Games we got this gorgeous minis, as you can see in here, and the world of Joan of Arc. You might know that Joan of Arc, this humongous game with amazing minis. There's so many of them. So we're there, and this is the very first competitive RPG-like game. There's never been like this before. So every player has their own destiny, hence the name Destinies. And for each player they have multiple ways. They have a backstory for their character, and they have multiple ways of achieving the destiny. And so these destinies are fully intertwined. So everything you do, every action you take, affects not only the progression of your narrative, but the progression of other players and the progression of the world, because the world is also a living place. The game is app-driven because there's so much content that we put it in the app, but app also allows of multiple other things. On your turn, you're choosing, everything is physical on the board, and the app is just supportive as a narrative input. On your turn you choose a place to visit. We are mid-game, there's day 3. And the herbalist is in for convincing some townsfolk to join her on her cause. So a good place to visit is an inn. So you go to the inn and you have a short backstory. The backstory is for the place, but it's interesting for other players also, because it not only gives this descriptive part, but it gives information on the whole world, and this information is also contextual. So based on what you know from your card, you may see the very same text in different view. It may spark different lights. So the two things I will showcase here are you'll have multiple options to do, and you can do any of them in any order. The first thing I'll showcase is the tests. For listening to latest gossip, we have some skills, and we'll be rolling dice. You're always rolling the 2 main dice. That will give you the basic effort you're putting into doing something, but also you have is special effort dice that you can roll them in addition. Though they're a limited resource, they only get back to you 1 per turn. So you might choose your battles. Listening to latest gossip is obviously the most important thing in your life. So let's roll 2 additional dice. And now what you do, you count all the pips that appeared on the dice. So it's a 9 here, and then you look at the board at your proper skill. This is the wisdom skill. And you check how many wooden bits you surpassed to know how many success tiers you have achieved. As you can see, there's no denoted level of success, because everything you do, you always succeed. If you sit with people, you always listen to some gossip. But the more success levels you get, the higher quality of the stuff you get. So we press 2 success levels, and you get some gossip. Everything here is public, so not only this gossip is for you, but it's for everyone. And you can feed off other players' information. Everything in here is fully contextual, fully narrative. But now you're in for a treat. The other thing is, in here, ask the innkeeper about. You may ask about literally anything. As you can see, every single card on the board has a QR code, as we are using the scan and play technology from Chronicles of Crime. And you can just take any card, show it to the camera. There's the problem with the glare in Gencon lights.
That's so cool!
So fortunately I have this super oversized QR codes with me. So I'll scan the oversized QR code.
I carry those around with me everywhere too, just to be safe.
You get a very specific answer from this very specific person about the question you asked.
Wow!
So they're telling you stuff. And if you want to do some other stuff, that's it, the turn is over. The other thing you do is you may explore the world. As you can see, all the tiles have the fog of war side and the revealed side with more visual clues. So let's explore the tile with in the south. Do you want to explore here? Yes.
What?
It tells you a short backstory about the tile and tells you how to place the points of interest on the board. So I've already placed them here. There's an overturned wagon and there's the den. So let's visit the den. Yes, we won. So you can see a den. We have an option to. There are wolves there, obviously. You can attack them. You can run away, but you can also throw something in the den. And as with any item in the game, you can throw literally anything. And based on what you will throw, the effects will differ.
Throw the dog! Throw the dog!
Yes, you can throw the
Yes!
dog.
Can we do it? I want to do it.
I'll check if I have the QR code because.
Oh, I want to throw the dog.
Yeah. So, what would you expect to happen if you throw the dog?
I don't even know. Right?
It would die. It would literally die because you threw a dog into the wolf den.
Don't put that. Don't put the blood on my hand.
Actually,
don't do that.
You chose the.
Don't do that, Mihal.
You chose that. So the other thing, like for example, you can throw a tarot card, but it would be just lost. You throw a tarot card in the wolf den. But if you throw a lantern,
Start a fire.
Yes, it will.
Oh.
As per expected. As you can see, everything is fully immersive narrative. There are no like, if you do this, that happens. You have to know what happens. You're making the choices. There's blood on your hands already. I chose to throw the lantern. So there are two main aspects.
Wow.
There's even more cool stuff happening here, as there are events. This is what app allows. There are things happening on their own, based on our actions, based on the world state, based on things. And for this one, there's a herald announcement that the Bishop of Caen arrives. So you replace the church with a Bishop Mini. So you take this gorgeous Bishop Mini and replace him at the church. And now there's a bishop residing in the church. So every previous fixing you had with the priest being there, they're different. The priest now moves away and you talk with the bishop. Now he's the most important person. The world is ever living and all of your choices matters.
Okay, before we get on to some more information about this, I'm going to be brutally honest. I saw you guys announce something with Mythic, and I was excited. And then I saw this, and I wasn't excited at the beginning of this interview. And now, listen, this is Friday. This is one of the coolest things we've seen, and it's not even close. Eric, you got to say that, right?
Yeah, this is awesome.
That's the cameraman. Continue on. Give us more details, but this is so cool.
So as you progress through the game, you will be nearing by with a destiny, closing on to fulfilling the thing. And for example, the deserter, no spoilers, no big spoilers, has to do a trial for some bad guy for doing some bad stuff. And as he progresses, he brings the evidence, he opens the trial, and then he goes in the chain of events for this trial. Other players are still playing their game. It's not a railroad to victory. He still has to go for full trial, providing evidence based on who he met, what decisions he's making now, and what decisions he made in the previous parts of the game. And so if he has a killer evidence, the case is open shut, you're done. But if he rushes the trial, if he's not prepared, other players may rush their own destinies and fulfill them. But then you ask me a question, so yeah, I fulfilled the herbalist destiny, so why the deserter cannot finish their own trial? Because the stories are so intertwined, then when herbalist finishes her destiny, you know it's impossible for deserter to win. It's not like there's like you lose 5 points, you lost. No, I'm gonna do a cheesy example, so not to spoil anything.
You ruined his life. You ruined his life.
No, he's a prosecution in the trial.
Still a guy.
Yeah, I know. So.
This is great.
For example, a cheesy example. I'm not the writer. I'm the designer of the game. So I'm not doing.
Okay.
They're full-fledged writers. We're professional writers writing the stories. Cheesy example: if somebody owes you money, and you get killed, they're not paying back. Yeah. You don't need a special letter describing this person is dead. There's no money switching hands anymore. No, you just know it. So this is the way it is with the grand finale. There's a grand story arc to the game. When one person finishes the destiny, everybody knows that the world collapsed into a specific narrative state, and the game is over, and you feel the grand finale happening there.
I would have loved to have been in the pitch meeting for this. This is such a crazy idea that looks amazing. So when is this coming out? Is it coming to Kickstarter? What's the deal on it all?
It's coming to the Kickstarter. I would say #soon. Okay. We're kind of aiming for late September.
Okay.
As you can see, the game is already really done, but we're still polishing because we don't want to make a good game. We don't want a great game. We want to make the game because this is the first game with competitive RPG elements. So it has to be amazing. And now it's only great. I mean, we only match the quality of Chronicles of Crime. We're already there. and want to even surpass this. We're learning, still doing better games. So if we're ready, I feel like we're going to be ready. We're going to do this late September.
That's awesome. Time of Legends, Destinies. Wow, this looks amazing. Check it out. If you're more interested in the game, be sure to check it. More info on it. If you enjoy what we're doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And in the comments below, let me know. Oh man, how deep are we going here? I don't know how close we are. All right. Has there ever been a time where you think it might have ruined somebody's life?
But for my life, no.
I got a yes. Maybe on 3 people. We're not going into it. Let me know, and as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.